A place where there is snow all around, a bliss, right? It is the most beautiful place or view one can see in lifetime. But what if you went to a place you always wanted to see once in your lifetime with such a beauty and get stuck in a place where there is no one around and snow? Where all you hear is the loud sound of breath of other people who are also stuck in there with you. During night, when there is utter cold outside and you are in here in complete darkness and you hear a knock on the door. For if you are being too adventurous, why not go to Alaska then? Maybe he was being satirist then, but I took these words quite seriously. In the beginning of this year, when I was preparing my bucket list for the year, the foremost thing that I penned was to go on a trip to any cold place. I have never seen a lot of snow around. I wanted to experience the view. Though this was my top most wish, it is yet on my wish list where the year is also about to complete. We were free these days, so I thought this might be the perfect time to go to Alaska. Winters were already in their full swing. It will be even more fun to be there. A place where no one else will be seen, just us, we 5 friends, playing around this place. All of them resisted at once, but my emotional blackmail worked, and there we were. All packed to be in a place where I guessed no one exists except extreme snow and death-causing cold. Though we were really excited and worried both at the same time, in that very moment we had no clue what we going to face ahead and kind of experience was going to be. It took us a lot of time to reach to a point where I researched, were we actually going to be? This place happens to be quite unsafe, so we had to take lift from someone first and then we started marching on foot. There was snow all around, cool breeze tickling into our ears. We were walking all alone in snow, tired, afraid and with no clue that where we were going to stay for all this time, or at least for tonight. As night was approaching, the place seemed to be really scary, but thankfully all this walking resulted in finding us a small hut. I don't know who that hut belonged to, but we were really exhausted, physically and mentally, to even think consequences of living in a strange place, and this what my list said. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have come here with all my preparation. When I was researching about this cold stormy place, I even prepared a list of what to do in any dangerous situation, and that is too well researched. Well, I know I am a smart traveler, but this is a story of another time. Before we begin with the horrendous story from the land to nowhere, let me give you an insight to what was on my list. The steps to protect ourselves if things get ugly here. These steps were: 1. Find shelter. This was the first thing on my list and we almost had it, but we had to make deep lean-tos over the roof of the hut had a plane in center which could allow the snow to cluster there if any storm happened in future. We all collected some tree barks and that was the first thing we did, because now this hut was our only lifeline and we can't cost it. 2. Water. We collected sufficient water supplies for our journey, but we had no clue how long we'll have to stay here, so we had to go to nearby. Only to the places where we felt was not much danger. Try gathering the thrown away cans and bottles. Luckily Char found a natural spring at some distance. From that day we started collecting water from there. Don't drink the water coming from any natural resource directly, because this was water requires to be disinfected first. Consume it only after boiling. 3. Fire. In such a cold place it was not easy to survive with little bit of heat. To boil water also you'll require fire. Carry material like kerosene oil, matchsticks and cotton balls in your safety kit material to burn the fire. If you feel like you are running out of stock, then arrange a few barks. When matchsticks are no more an option in such cases, our ancestral stone rubbing method is used to lit up the fire. 4. Food. You can hunt the animals around to help you remain alive. Don't forget to carry a gun or any other weapon for hunting. In such area, animals are the only source of protein you can feed your body with. 5. Carry proper books. If you can't consume animals as your food and you still want to go to such places, don't forget to carry books with proper information of the flora around. Yes, you can eat plants also, but you must know their proper characteristics, because some plants can be poisonous as well. 6. Stay active and strong. Usually when you are stuck in such a deadly place, it's natural to feel like giving up, but you can't lose hope, because this shall too pass. If you have collected amenities for a few days survival, don't just sit and tense yourself more. Roam around, explore new roads. You never know, might find a way out. 7. Don't fall sick. After doing so much workout in snow, you might get cold. Plants around you will act as your medicines if you are not carrying one. 8. Stay in one spot. Stay in that very spot from where you started. This will increase your chances to be found. Don't forget to light up fire in such a way that its hot steam can be seen in the air. 9. Keep your mind clear. In such drastic conditions, you might lose your mind and lose your focus. This will enable you to make proper surviving conditions. Do meditation or mindful techniques to keep your mind clear. 10. Inform someone. Before leaving for such places, inform someone who cares for you. They can come for your rescue if you don't return on time. So let's resume our story. As we approached that hut in need, it gave us a sigh of relief to see something black in color where my eyes were fed up seeing white all around. We kept on knocking on the door in hope that someone from inside will come to welcome us, but no one responded. When May and Sma applied some force on the door, it was ajar and there was no one inside. There was no light in the house, though there was some things kept on the floor like some clothes, but nothing else. We decided to spend our night there only. This trip was supposed to be for 15 days, but due to the shortage of resources, we planned to return in 8 days only. We were somehow managing food and water, but things got weird and scary at night. No one came to that hut since we are here. We are leaving the day after tomorrow. Before leaving, I wanted to thank the owner of this hut, if there was any. At night we were planning how we are going to plan our way back, and discussing how this fun without our phones in this eccentric land, but they all cursed me for taking them to a place. There was no joy of life and everywhere there was snow and nothing else. I kept quiet because right now I even felt the same. I desperately wanted to leave this place as soon as possible and enjoy the colors of life, but things turned complicated when that night a storm of snow happened. I always fantasied about such storms, but in that time, I saw death from close. We were sure we were going to have our burial under the snow. It felt like this hut will also break off with this haunting snow, but no, we were lucky, weren't we? Next morning when we were all ready to leave, and as soon as we opened the door there was snow all around. Our legs went into the mountains of snow outside. Because of trees fallen ahead, we couldn't move ahead as this was the only way we knew of to move back. All of us shared our perspective how to move forward, but none of us was sure if that's the right way. All we knew was we were stuck. We were stuck on this lonely land in this isolated hut. There was really cold outside, so we came back to the hut. When everyone panicked and were busy blaming each other, I knew what to do. I took out my what to do list because it was only going to help us survive in the moment of crisis. I dictated those magical 10 tips to all of them, and we practiced those steps till we stayed back there. To our surprise, the 10th step on the list helped us a lot. We are here, stuck for I don't know how long. Things were getting really disturbing and comfy here. We started enjoying our daily routine of hunting, sitting near the stream for long, but the problem was our way was still blocked and sun barely rose these days, because of which we were unable to hunt. One night when we were sitting inside the hut, remembering our days in a city life and getting nostalgic, we heard a knock on the door. We got scared because we have rarely seen people around. Who was there? We thought maybe owner of this place has returned, but when we opened the door there was Ness, college friend on the door with a special team to rescue us. He told us that it's been 3 months we were here where we were supposed to return in 15 days. Nay told him to come for their rescue if they didn't return, so there he was. Though it was a trip which almost cost our life, whenever I think of that time now it seems to be fun.